So I've spent the last 2 months worth of weekends working on this garage, trying to make it more accessible and more room and more organized and all that good stuff. And one of the things that I've been doing in the last 2 or 3 weeks especially has been organizing this toolbox. This is the Craftsman 52-inch, I guess, toolbox. You can buy at Lowe's for however much it is. I got this earlier in the year. I realized that there's no sense in having like 3 or 4 of those smaller toolboxes, stacked up around here. I might as well get one big one and put all my crap in. Kind of forces me to organize and all that stuff, which I think is healthy. I have been organizing all of the things in this to make it more better. And one thing I came across that I needed was to organize all my sockets, like you see in here. And one thing that I figured through trial and error is that I have a bunch of these impact deep well sockets. And I found out that in these top drawers, which are like these ones right here, and pretty much every drawer above it, these don't really fit. So this is the same size drawer as to what's normally on top. If you put that in there, it ends up, hear that? Just ever so barely clearing. In these, I have these socket trays in here that essentially puts this well over. Now, because I'm, however I am, lazy, I guess, I didn't want to put the sockets in a lower drawer. I wanted them no lower than this drawer right here, but this drawer right here was actually the third drawer, and these 2 smaller ones were higher up, which is what it is over here. But I really wanted to have all my sockets in one drawer. I didn't want to have the taller sockets in a different drawer than the other ones. And I wanted to make it nice. So what I decided to do was to see if this toolbox was capable of moving the order of these around. And if you have one of these, I'm happy to tell you that you can move them around, and I'm going to show you how. The first thing you want to do is figure out what drawer you're going to move where. Getting a small drawer all the way at the bottom is kind of a pain in the ass unless you never go in there, but that's up to you. You live your own life. I'm going to take this drawer out. If you don't know how to do this, there's these little tabs over on the sides. This side you push down, and this other side on the left you push up, and you can pull this whole thing right out of here. Isn't that cool? I've gone ahead and taken the one up above out as well, so it makes it easier to see. So what I went and found by looking at this track system and everything is they actually have everything pre-cut for a bunch of different size drawers. I'm sure they measure them in a certain way. Like these drawers are, I guess, 3 spot wide, whereas this bigger one is a 4 spot wide, and I guess these ones might be 5 or 6 or whatever. But what I found out is that over here on this side, at least in the middle, there's a little rivet that goes in here. I already took it out on these because I did move it, but you can actually just drill out that rivet. It's really easy. Everything else is not secured by a rivet, and all you have to do is lift this track up and out, up front, and then push back on the whole thing, and the whole thing comes right out. Isn't that cool? And once you've done that, all you have to do is replace it into however you want to do it, basically. If you want to put a bigger drawer up top, you just shift these 2 down one by one. In this case is all I needed, but if I wanted to put this drawer down, maybe I'd have to shift them down by 2 or whatever. And then you just have to snap it back in place in the back, which is not always easy, but it is what it is. Once you get it, you know that you've gotten it. It's basically all I can really say. And then you just kind of lift it up, give it a little bit of a twist, so this little there's a little tab in here, slots into one of these slots like that, and push down. And on this side, I found that they're plenty sturdy, even without a rivet. So you don't have to put a rivet over here. On the far side, they wiggle around quite a bit, so I recommend putting a rivet back over here. The rivet is in a different spot on that other side. But you'll find it. It's in more towards the middle of the slot. Once you've moved your tracks to where you want them to go, just simply put the whole thing back in place. It's actually that easy. Can you hear the celebration in the background? My neighbors are getting married in their backyard. They're having a great time. I would too. It's Saturday, November 7th, and if you know what happens on that day, then well, I guess you're pretty happy too. Well, you might not be, I guess, but that's whatever. I put these back in the wrong way, which I guess is kind of what I was trying to illustrate, but not really what I wanted because I already had it in the right orientation. But luckily, this is super duper easy to pull these drawers out. So if you ever needed to transport the toolbox or anything, you can just pull all the drawers out and you have much less weight to deal with. So I hope this video helped any of you who have this toolbox out there. I did confirm you can do this process with the top section too, although I haven't done that myself. Having all these sockets easy to reach, they fit. It's awesome. I don't have to bend down so much to get to everything down at the bottom. So if this video helped you, give it a like, subscribe if you haven't, and all that good stuff. And until the next video, I'll see y'all later. One little side bit is that I laser cut these little wrench holders. Look how awesome these are. See that? Yeah. I laser cut this design, figured out the spacings that I need to have, and then rammed nails through the backside. I actually laser cut the holes that they go into, made it a friction fit, and boom. They're great. So now they wiggle around a little bit, but not much, and they're sturdy from back and forth because I had this little piece of wood glued in there. I also did have it engraved, the sizes, but it's so small you can't see it, but whatever. So yeah, I did something with the laser. Maybe I'll make a video about that too. If anyone's interested, let me know. All right, see y'all later.